So yeah, first one. You ready? Let me just get close because the laptop's a bit away. Let me read it.
The head movement.
Success doesn't equal the number of publications.
Well, I mean, depends on what game you're playing.
Yeah, that's all it says.
Because,
well, I'll put it to you: if you're measuring your own success in research, is the only thing that you are interested in
my research
number of
success,
papers?
it's in my research success. Yes, it's a combination of publications and citations.
Yeah,
it has to be, because that the game is the game, and the objective function which you're trying to maximize in research, whether it's right or it's wrong. I'm just saying this is the game. Is number of publications, number of citations.
Yeah.
But then there's two different questions. It's what do you measure your research out on, and what do you measure actual success?
yeah.
Lad,
Depends what the measure of success
it's
is.
like if you ask me, am I like fucking succeeding? Lad, I'm doing a PhD from Runcorn. Do you know what I mean? Of course I am. Not many people get where I'm. Like, not many people, especially fucking where I went to school. I don't think I know anyone who's doing it.
Yeah.
It's like, for me, and like just for my own personal goals, this is something I wanted to do. I'm doing it. So I'd say, yeah, you're succeeding. So, but if you're in research, I think you have to measure it.
I suppose the question is, do you think if someone is doing a PhD now, should they become, or maybe they're postdoc, or maybe they've done all that and the research is it healthy to only think about publication?
Well, the problem is it's not healthy. It's not healthy to be an academician anyway.
I suppose.
No, so the point is, right, if you want to advance in academia,
Yeah,
you have to have publications and citations. You have to.
it's all very dependent on what you want to do in it. Because how do you want to advance is the question. Like, if you want to be in an area researching, you are going to have to publish papers.
But even now lecturing, to get a lecture now, because people want a bit of both, you've got to show that you're involved. You've got to show. So if you want to advance in academia nowadays, unfortunately, the game seems to be the game.
But I suppose it's like what your route is. If you wanted to be, I don't know, an academic podcaster, maybe the number of publications in the end is not that valuable to you. Maybe it's another thing you should. So I'd just say it depends what your success stream is. If it's to collect money, maybe just publishing loads of papers. Maybe you need to get a few out and then move to do something where money is. As you say, it depends on what you measure.
It depends. Like, success. For me personally, I think if in research, so the only way I think you can be taken seriously as a researcher is if you start getting publications.
Yeah.
Because the whole point of research is peer-reviewed work. Yeah. Other people read your work, validate it, it gets put out, right? And then the magnitude of that work by citations, other people agree and it's good work, right? I think the system's a bit fucked.
Yeah.
So the way it works in a bit, but I think to be taken seriously as like say if we did a podcast on academia, right, and we had no say we were doing it in 4 years, we still had no publications. We're going, but we're researchers. Well, we're not, are we? Because we what are we researching? The work has obviously amounted nowhere.
No, what I mean though is if, for example, you wanted to be a public speaker for like, I don't know, there's loads of like Neil deGrasse Tyson, he doesn't publish papers anymore.
But he will have done.
No, that's what I'm saying. So it was valuable to him up until it wasn't valuable to him.
So,
you know
but then
he might have published 20 in his area, 30, 40, 100, and then all of a sudden, this other part of his career, success for him was this public speaking.
But then now he's not a researcher. He's a public
academic.
Yeah. So he's a public. So his success comes from.
He's an intellectual, if you like.
Yeah.
But the research arm was important because he wouldn't have been able to be this. He wouldn't have been taken serious as an intellectual if he didn't have those 20 papers.
I think, unfortunately, if you want to be seen as successful in the academic world, I think publications are a key part of it.
Yeah.
And more importantly, publishing to the right place. So not thingy journals, predatory journals, so getting good citations, and then also. But then you've got to ask yourself, like, so obviously you have your professional success, which if you're a researcher, that very much is it, I think. And then obviously you have all your personal targets within groups and what is set between you and your supervisors and that. But then also you've got to have your own personal measures of success, do you know what I mean? Like something you measure yourself against, whether that be related to work or whether it's not. But I think as far as the
like
question,
just getting up in the morning, am I content
to some people, success is just fucking getting up in the morning.
Yeah.
So
the older you get, that is success. Well, that's seriously, if you're fucking 92, getting up and you're like, I'm awake.
So success means lots of different people, but I think in the context of the academic career space, you've got to publish. You've just got to.
Yeah, I think good advice would be Sorry, this isn't my academic arguments.
This doesn't matter.
Publications should be a part of your success measure, but you should bolster your own success measure out with other things as well.
Well, that's the thing, because
it shouldn't just be the number of papers you can get out. It should be that if you want to be in research and some other things.
No, because I disagree as well that it's the number of papers, because I think having loads of papers is a nonsense. Yeah. I think if you've got one paper and that one paper is high quality, fuck you, now that's amazing. Yeah. Like, you've spent time, you've given your time to this research. It's a high quality paper, high quality research. Yeah. You have shown you're a researcher. Whereas people who put nonsense papers out all the time, it's nothing. And then, as you say now, people, you need to have more to you about yourself than just publications. Years ago, it was just, oh, well, I'm more published than him, so I win. And now everyone's got papers, everyone's got PhDs, everyone's got this, everyone's got that. You've got to expand yourself a bit. So
what's the answer?
I think we've given it there. Academia, it is. You've got to publish that, innit? Okay. Unfortunately,